Welcome back, friends. I am so happy to be together again. I hope you've had a great week and are ready to tackle another story in the Bible.
We don't want to grow up. We just want to be young. Play and make believe. Come and rescue me. Feel the sun on my skin and scream. We don't want to grow up. We just want to have fun. Wild and free. Maybe we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't want to.
Last week, we looked at the story of Noah, a righteous man chosen by God to save his family and build a really big boat called an ark. If you did the family devotional this week, then you were able to see just how big, how detailed, and how precise this task was. Noah had to have great faith to complete this task. But his story doesn't end in the ark, rocking at sea. We're going to finish up today's story and figure out what happened once all that rain stopped. Before we do that, we have to do our Remember Verse Challenge. If you have memorized this Remember Verse, record yourself and send it our way. We want to feature you in one of our videos. You guys are so good at these, and we just love to see you guys recite the Remember Verse. So let's do our first challenge. On the next slide, you will see the Remember Verse, but with some words missing. Try and fill in the words before time is up. You guys, this is such a great verse. Okay, come on, let's say it together. So let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy and we will find his grace to help us when we need it most. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. So today we're finishing up Noah's story and we see what happens when the rain stops. Remember, it was raining for 40 days and 40 nights. This story is found in the book of Genesis, chapters 6 through 9. For 40 days, the flood waters grew deeper, covering the ground and lifting the boat high above the earth. As the waters rose higher and higher above the ground, the boat floated safely on the surface. God wiped out every living thing on the earth. People, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and the birds of the sky. All were destroyed. The only people who survived were Noah and those with him on the boat. And the floodwaters covered the earth for over 270 days. Then God sent a wind over the earth and the water receded. Noah sent out a dove from the ark 3 times. The second time, it returned with an olive leaf. The third time, it didn't return, and Noah knew the water had dried up. God told Noah, "Leave the boat, all of you and your wife and all your sons and their wives. Release all the animals so they can multiply throughout the earth." Then Noah built an altar and made sacrifices to God. God said, "When you see a rainbow in the sky, it is a promise that I will never again destroy the whole earth with a flood. This is my covenant with all life on earth." Can you imagine being in a boat with your family and all these animals for over 200 days? We kind of have been experiencing a teensy-weensy bit of what Noah and his family went through, right? They're stuck on a boat, we're stuck at home. I guess that's where the similarities stop, because we have Zoom and they had games? I don't know, but I do know they were stuck on this boat with all these animals for a long time. What do you think they did with their time? What kind of conversations do you think they were having on the ark? I'm sure they were so happy to be on the boat with this special task. But I also think they were nervous and scared. of what would be of the world when the rain stopped. Noah didn't understand all the reasons God asked him to build the ark, but he did it anyway. Why do you think that was? He must have had a lot of faith and trust in God to do such a task. Have you ever had to do something you didn't understand and it turned out to be a good thing? Yeah, sometimes our parents or teachers tell us to do things we just don't understand. But just because we don't see the full picture doesn't mean we shouldn't obey. Good things come out of obedience. After Noah left the boat, he offered a sacrifice to God. Do you know why that is or what that means? This was a special gift of thanks to God. Sometimes our families sacrifice things to thank God or to show their trust in God, and that is what Noah is doing. He is so grateful that God chose to save his family, and this sacrifice shows that. After God sees Noah's sacrifice, he makes a covenant with him. A covenant is a special promise. God is promising that he will never destroy the world in this way again. How does God show grace and love in the story? Yeah, think through that a bit. Our family devotional, linked in the description box below, is going to have some questions for some really great family discussions. Now I'm going to test your memory. Let's see what you remembered from the story. I'm going to ask you some questions and give you some time to answer. See if you can say the answer before it shows up on the screen. Ready? Let's go. About how many days was Noah and his family on the ark after it rained? That's right, over 270 days, a very long time. What kind of bird did Noah send out 3 times? You got it, a dove. What is the promise we are supposed to remember when we see a rainbow in the sky? That's right, God will never again flood the earth. Good job, everyone. Love how you are really paying attention. This is how you learn more and more about who God is. Let's get those singing voices ready and sing out to God.
I want to be like Jesus deep down in my heart. I want to be like Jesus deep down in my heart. Singing deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. Hey! Deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. I love the Lord Messiah deep down in my heart. I love the Lord Messiah deep down in my heart. Singing deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. Hey! Deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. I want to be like Jesus deep down in my heart. I want to be like Jesus deep down in my heart. Singing deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. Hey! Deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. We're singing deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart. Hey! Deep, deep, singing down, down, singing deep down in my heart.
I hope you had a good time today learning about God. Thank you, God, for offering us both grace and mercy when we approach you. Let us be like Noah in our trust in God and our obedience in God. See you next week.